Hey, I'm Kat Zam. I grew up in Robinvale. I live in Melbourne now, but I came back to run a little videography workshop here, and I'm excited to be back. The weather is stunning. Yes, it's freezing, but I'm here for it. I think coming back here, it's just been really nice to give back to the community that I grew up in. I guess when I was a teenager back in the day, being here, there weren't really many things to do, especially creative stuff. So being able to run a workshop like this, it's like I've come full circle. And it's really exciting to be able to give back and do something fun with the young people here, especially something that's relevant to them in 2024, so yeah. One of the main things would be that it doesn't matter where you've come from, you can do things. Like, I guess, just reflecting on my own experience growing up here, I didn't realize that you could actually do creative things as a job that was kind of like outside of the traditional, you know, being a teacher or a lawyer or a doctor or whatever. So yeah, just showing young people that there are other opportunities out there, and even though, you know, you might not be able to see that in the moment, you can grow and expand and do something that you actually enjoy. So we're going to start filming, then we'll do the recording, and then we'll step back when Alexander walks past so we can get both of them in the frame with some space so that we can see our little scared passerby. Okay? All right, action.
My name's Emil. I am a reporter with the ABC in Mildura. I wanted to get involved because I just want to, I guess, open people's eyes to the many different possibilities there are with interviewing and getting involved in the media, whether it be social media or sort of traditional mainstream media like myself. And I just want to give kids, I guess, the opportunity to be creative and sort of explore different ways of producing videos or little clips. Workshops like this, I think, you know, are a great opportunity for perhaps people to sort of get outside their comfort zone and do things that they might not necessarily do. You know, there might be kids that come to this that have never even really considered doing a project to do with videography, but hopefully, you know, by doing these, you can maybe get a bit of confidence in yourself and start to sort of realise that, oh, maybe doing projects like this is something that I would be quite interested in long term.
Hi, I'm Tara Suberitz. I'm the Young Creative Leader at Arts Mildura. I'm here with Mark Haynes and Billy Brims, two of our creatives on this project. We're very fortunate to have them. They've done a lot of community work. Do you want to talk a bit about your artistic background?
Yeah, I'm a designer and I've worked a lot with community engagement projects, and not too dissimilar to this, but really love working with youth and pulling together projects like this and helping realise their potential.
And Billy, do you want to talk a bit about your artistic background?
I am a Wiradjuri Machi woman. I teach Aboriginal dancing. I also have a background in music and songwriting.
Both of you have worked with Arts Mildura before, so big thank you for coming back. And if you could just tell our lovely community watching this, hey guys, if there's anything you two just wanted to say about the process so far.
Well, it's been really fun. Working with the kids, getting to be a bit dramatic.
We do love a little drama around here.
Yeah, and meeting the young ones as well, and more importantly, seeing them actually grab hold of this with both hands and having fun with it. So it's been really good to to see them do that.
And like even what we're doing now, it's a great example of what a vox pop is for them. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to have you guys here so we can both teach these young ones, but also like give demonstrations. So yeah, thank you guys.
It's great that we're going to be doing something on Aboriginal history, talking about the Easter camp today and sharing a bit about that, because I feel like we don't really, well, again, I haven't really learned much about the Aboriginal history in this area. It's always been about rob and cuttle. No hate to rob and cuddle, but yeah, there was history here before the settlers came.
I've been coming to the Easter camp since I was little. It's been here since before I was born. So here where we come and we meet each year for Easter is a very historical and important place to us as Indigenous people of this region. Before our families and the other Indigenous families here in Robinvale were moved from the mission in the 70s, I'm quite sure, we lived here on the bank of the Murray. I'm very privileged to be able to have a place like this and to be able to call home and come back to each year. Now that I'm grown, I also bring my kids back and we come back here every year just to learn culture and to be a part of our community, spend time with our family, which is a really, really important part of who we are and our identity and where we come from. Growing up here, we didn't have a lot of culture, I guess, but in a way that we showcased that was family. Spending time together, just, making memories, looking after each other. I remember once saying specifically, my nan always used to say, is we could have nothing as long as we had each other. And I think that describes the way we are as people in our tribe. As long as we have each other, we could have nothing, but we have everything at the same time. So I'm very, very grateful to be able to do this and bring everybody here to be able to, document a bit about my home and where I'm from, and something that's taken a big part in, creating who I am and a big part of who I am today, because I've had the chance to be able to come down here and make them memories and now share them with my boys. So I'm very grateful for that. Thank you.
That's why I sing for family. You can hear it in the melody.
I'm Mark Haynes. I'm a graphic designer, born and bred in Mildura, left when I was 18 and returned several years later. Over the time that I've been back in Mildura, I've established a design company, but one of the great things that I've been involved in for the last few years, probably 10 years or more, is community engagement projects, and particularly working with youth and youth at risk. Projects like this, getting an opportunity to work with Arts Mildura, work with Kat Zam on this particular project, really highlights the importance of bringing young people into a safe place that gives them the opportunity to learn something new and different. And it's a privilege to be involved in these sort of workshops and being able to pass some knowledge on, experiences that I've had over the journey, and share those skills, but more importantly, learn from the young ones as well, the skills that they've got, and working with other creatives that have come back to town to share their knowledge and skills is really important. I think programs like this funding them is really important. Keeping them going is really important. Youth move on from these sort of things with a range of skills, but more importantly, they move on with some pride, and the families and their community around them feels proud about what they've achieved as well.
I'd like to thank my mum for everything that you've done, every trip you took me on, and the never-ending fun. The opportunities you gave me made me who I am today. All the lessons that I learned molded me just like clay.
The family's love, a love like no other. My friends, my cousins, my father and my mother.
Thank you for being a part of my life.
Hi, I'm Paris Ruberitz. I am the Young Creative Lead at Arts Mildura. I am a Mildura girlie through and through. My family's lived in the region and yeah, I've been here all my life. Yeah, so apparently being 22 means that you're still considered youth, 25 and under. And I mean, in my wildest dreams, I never thought I would be working in the arts industry in Mildura doing projects like this. It's really close to home for me because, like I said, I remember being that young kid wanting to do creative things and kind of wondering how to do it. So getting to bring it to the young people of Mildura, it means a lot to me, more than just like a job. It like feeds the soul.
Storytelling is so exciting because I feel like there are so many people out there who have a story that should be told. And I think it's just a way to connect people. And we're all, you know, I feel like everybody can see themselves in another person's story for the most part. So just being able to share those stories is really important.
Well, storytelling for me is a combination of things. One, it's you can be in a place like Robinvale or Mildura and not at all aware of what's gone on previously. So you can learn a history of the area, or you might just learn about someone in particular, and it might be someone else within the group that you're actually collaborating with or working with that you've through the project, and then telling their story or working with them to tell their story. It opens up to culture, it opens up to environment, it opens up to history, it opens up to the landscape in which you live. And so there's that aspect. And then that's more, I suppose, the reality of life type storytelling that you might participate in. Or then there's the other way where you might just do something that's totally off the cuff and a little bit more exploratory and start talking about fictitious stories, you know, whatever they may be. But in most cases, I think the storytelling, that how I see it, is capturing what's actually occurring either today or previously prior to today, and sharing that through digital means, be it social media, and videography is part of that, and content creation.
For me as an Aboriginal person and woman, storytelling is everything really. It's a big way of how we pass on our knowledge. It's a big way of how we express ourselves. It's a big way in how we communicate as well, especially when it comes to my kids and such. So like I could tell them off all day, but being able to relate to them, I guess, an experience, a story, it's so much more meaningful, it's so much more easy to understand on their level as well. And I think it's also a great way to teach our kids to be able to express. So then when they're older, they don't find it harder. They don't have that, I guess, that drawback or hold themselves back because they feel like, I guess, they don't have them skills or that, I guess, that knowledge to be able to do that. But yes, I'm very lucky to have a few of my kids here today, being a bit crazy, but I'm very fortunate to be able to bring them here and teach them.
The arts and creativity are really important for mental health. We know that it's a great way to express yourself. And video making of all different types can really be a form of expression and escapism. So whether that is as a fictional piece or a documentary style piece, just getting to explore and express your mental health in a safe way I think that's why these projects are really important and how they really help foster good, mental health. And if you're having a good social connectivity experience, then that can also help with your mental health. Giving young people this platform to tell their stories doesn't just impact them. We run these workshops and yes, they're youth-based, but it actually impacts the families and the friends of these young people. A lot of the stories that are shared, actually, they're generational stories, and giving these young ones an opportunity to tell it isn't just impacting them. It's their parents and families and friends seeing the stories being told and being like, yeah, I connect to that. It's not just a singular experience, it really touches every part of the community, from parents to siblings to grandparents, So giving them this platform, it's not just telling their stories, it's telling their entire families, it's telling their friends' stories, it's telling our region's stories.
Giving people the opportunity to explore, to realise their potential, but the things that they probably get out of it is a lot more around their own self-belief in regard to them and where they belong, and finding some purpose in what they're doing. And then through that gives them self-belief, it gives them value, and that's then reflected in them stepping up and then hopefully doing similar things in the future, but also leading projects that they may have been involved in previously, but they're brave enough and courageous enough to actually step up and become, a facilitator or coordinator or, person that can then lead the next project.
Doing these workshops and running these programs, we're bringing together a group of like-minded kids, so they're getting to meet each other when they might not have met previously.
And just something to look forward to, really, and having a creative outlet. It's really, really important for small communities like this, for sure.
It's not that big of a deal, but there was a monster that destroyed the local pub. It's not that big of a deal, but it's just on the news anyway, because we have nothing else to do. Hey, you! Yeah, I want to interview you.
All right, yeah, hit me.
Do you see the monster?
The monster?
I see the monster!